All right, let's jump right in, shall we? Today, we're diving deep into Tiffany Ellich's Get Good with Money. I know our listener wants to really get a handle on their finances, build a solid future. And this book is all about
Financial wholeness.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. It's such an interesting concept, not just about getting rich quick, but building a healthy relationship with your money. Like, it impacts every single area of your life.
Absolutely. It's about feeling secure, fulfilled, knowing you're in control, and making choices that really align with what you value. Alicia breaks down this journey into 10 clear steps, and we'll be unpacking some of the most crucial ones today.
Awesome. Love it. Okay, so let's start right at the beginning. Step one, which is budgeting. I've got to admit, budgeting not always my favorite thing.
Yeah.
But Alicia makes it sound so approachable with this money bucket system. What's that all about?
Well, imagine you have separate buckets for different things, like essentials, savings, and fun. So the essentials bucket, that covers all your needs. Housing, food, bills, all that. And then the savings bucket, well, that's for the future. Whether it's a down payment on a house, retirement, that dream vacation, whatever it may be. And then, of course, the fun bucket for guilt-free spending on the things you love.
Okay, I'm liking this already. So you're basically allocating your income to make sure you're taken care of, both present and future needs, but without feeling deprived.
Exactly. That's the idea.
So simple yet so smart.
Yeah.
But how do you figure out how much goes into each bucket?
It's really about customizing it to your own life, your own goals. She recommends tracking your spending for a month, just to see where your money's actually going.
So you can spot those areas where you might be overspending.
Right, like let's say you see you're spending way too much on takeout. You might decide, okay, let's put more in the essentials bucket.
Yeah.
And maybe scale back the fun bucket a bit.
Right, making those conscious choices, finding that balance.
Yes,
Makes sense. But let's be honest, sticking to a budget can be tough. What about those surprise expenses? Or, when you just feel like splurging a little?
Oh, she totally gets it. She actually recommends automating your savings. Set up those automatic transfers each month. You're less likely to spend that money impulsively then.
Oh, smart. Like you're paying yourself first,
Yeah.
before you even have the chance to spend it elsewhere. Love that. Okay, so we've got our budget sorted. Now on to something I know a lot of people struggle with, debt. It can be so overwhelming. But Alicia has this, she calls it the snowball method. Tell me more about that.
It's really about gaining momentum, staying motivated. You start by paying off your smallest debts first. Doesn't matter the interest rate.
Oh, interesting. So it's more about that feeling of accomplishment.
Yeah. Every time you knock one out, you get a boost. Makes you want to tackle the next one. And as you pay off those smaller debts, you have more money to put towards the bigger ones.
Like a snowball rolling downhill, getting bigger and bigger as it goes.
Exactly.
But what about those big debts with the high interest rates? Doesn't ignoring them, even for a little while, end up costing more in the long run?
You're not ignoring them completely. You're still making those minimum payments. It's about focusing that extra cash flow where it'll make the biggest impact.
Okay, so you're kind of combining psychology and strategy here.
Exactly.
I think what makes Alicia's advice so relatable is that she's been there. She talks about her own struggles with debt.
Absolutely. Hearing her story, it's so inspiring. It reminds us that we all face these challenges.
Yeah.
And that there is a path forward,
Yeah, it's not just about numbers, it's about mindset too.
Yeah.
Speaking of creating opportunities, Alicia's big on increasing your income. And one way she suggests is side hustles. I'm curious about your experience with this. Have you ever tried any side hustles?
Oh, you know me, always got to be exploring. I've definitely dabbled in a few things. I think the key is to find something that you're passionate about, something you're good at.
So it doesn't feel like just another job.
Right. What do you love doing in your free time? Maybe there's a way to turn that into a little income stream.
Yeah, find that sweet spot where your passion and profit meet.
Exactly. And it doesn't have to be huge or take up all your time. Start small, experiment, see what works for you. Maybe you're an amazing baker and could sell at a local market. Or you have a knack for writing and could do some freelancing. There are so many possibilities out there.
They're so true. It's all about finding what works for you. But even with a side hustle, you need a plan for that extra income. Which brings us to Alicia's next step, investing. Now, this is something I think a lot of people find intimidating, myself included, but she makes it sound so much more approachable. What are some of the key takeaways there?
Well, one of the big ones is investing isn't just for the wealthy. Anyone can do it, even with small amounts. It's about consistency and starting early.
But isn't it kind of discouraging to start small? I mean, the return seems so insignificant at first.
But that's where the magic of compound interest comes in. It's like a snowball effect. Even those small contributions over time can really grow. Elise uses this great analogy. She compares it to planting a tree. Best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, but the second best time is today.
Ooh, I love that analogy. It really highlights, like, don't wait. But for someone who's brand new to investing, where do they even begin? There are so many options: stocks, bonds, mutual funds, retirement accounts. It's overwhelming.
She breaks it all down really clearly. She explains stocks, which are ownership in a company, and bonds, which are basically loans to a government or corporation. And then the different types of retirement accounts like 401ks and IRAs, with tax advantages. So it's about starting with the basics, then building your portfolio as you learn.
Step by step, that makes sense. She also talks about building a financial team. Why is that important, and who should be on that team?
Because you don't have to be an expert in everything. Having a team can give you that extra support, especially with those bigger decisions like investing, taxes, estate planning.
So like having a team of experts in your corner.
Exactly.
So who are the key players?
Well, you want a trusted accountant for tax prep and financial planning. Then a financial advisor can help you build that portfolio that aligns with your goals. And a mentor who can share their own experiences.
Love it. Whole team to help you navigate the financial world. And speaking of the long term, she also covers estate planning. Something a lot of people avoid. Why is it so crucial? Even if you're not, super wealthy or older?
Well, it's not just about money. It's about making sure your wishes are honored and that your loved ones are taken care of. It involves things like wills and trusts, outlining how you want your assets handled, so your family doesn't have to make tough decisions during a difficult time.
So it's more about the emotional and practical side of things, too.
Exactly.
Taking care of those you love, even when you're no longer here.
And it doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. Elise provides resources on how to get started, even if you're on a budget.
It's all about taking those first steps. Okay, so we've covered all these practical steps, but Elise takes it a step further and focuses on cultivating a positive financial mindset. Why is that so important?
Because our thoughts and beliefs about money, they really affect our financial decisions. It's about shifting from fear and scarcity to feeling empowered and abundant.
So it's not just about the numbers, it's about how we think about them.
Exactly. Viewing financial wellness as a journey, not a destination.
It's about progress, not perfection.
Right. There will be setbacks, challenges along the way. But with a positive mindset, you can bounce back, learn from those mistakes, and keep going. Celebrate those small wins, no matter how small they seem.
I love that. Celebrate those small wins. It's about reframing our relationship with money, seeing it as a tool to empower us.
Absolutely. From scarcity to abundance, from fear to empowerment, believing that you are capable of achieving financial well-being.
That it's within your reach.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like that feeling of, I can do this. I can achieve my financial goals. It's powerful stuff. So we've talked about budgeting, debt. Now let's move on to another important piece of the puzzle: financial protection. Safeguarding yourself against the unexpected. Elise stresses the importance of insurance.
Yes, insurance is crucial. It's about protecting yourself and your loved ones from financial hardship. If something unexpected happens.
Exactly, like an illness, an accident, a natural disaster. Things we can't really predict or control.
Right, so Elise breaks down the different types of insurance everyone should consider.
Okay, like what are the essentials?
Well, health insurance is definitely a top priority. It helps cover those medical expenses, so you're not hit with a huge bill if you get sick or injured.
Makes sense. Nobody wants to go bankrupt because of medical bills.
Exactly. And then disability insurance. That's something a lot of people overlook. But it can be a lifesaver if you're unable to work due to an illness or injury.
It replaces a portion of your income, right? So you can still cover your bills and expenses.
Exactly. And then life insurance, of course. If you have dependents like children or a spouse, life insurance provides financial support if something happens to you.
You can help cover those everyday living expenses, childcare, education, those big things.
Absolutely. It gives you peace of mind knowing your loved ones are protected.
Okay, so those are the big three: health, disability, and life insurance. But are there any other types of insurance we should be thinking about?
Well, it depends on your situation. For example, if you own a home, you'll need homeowners insurance to protect your property from damage or theft.
Right, or if you're renting, renter's insurance.
Exactly. And if you have a car, you need auto insurance. It's all about assessing your risks and making sure you have the right coverage in place.
It sounds like insurance is an essential part of this whole financial wholeness picture.
It is. You're protecting your financial well-being, from those unexpected curveballs life throws at you.
It's like that safety net, giving you peace of mind so you can focus on your other financial goals. Now, Elise doesn't stop at insurance. She also talks about creating a will or a living trust. Why are these documents so important?
They're essential for estate planning, making sure your assets are distributed according to your wishes after you're gone.
Okay, so a will basically outlines who gets what.
Right. It also names a guardian for your children if you have any.
So it covers those big decisions.
Exactly. And a living trust, it can help avoid probate, which can be a long and expensive process.
So it makes things easier for your loved ones during a difficult time.
Exactly. It's all about planning ahead and having those important conversations.
Conversations that a lot of people put off, right?
Fortunately, yes. But it's really important to have these things in place, for your own peace of mind and for the well-being of your loved ones.
Absolutely. It's a gift you can give them, knowing that you've taken care of everything.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've talked about insurance, estate planning. It's a lot to take in, but it's all part of this journey to financial wholeness.
It is. It's about building that solid foundation so you can achieve your financial goals and live a life of abundance.
Speaking of abundance, Afish also talks about the importance of giving back. Incorporating philanthropy into your financial plan. Why is this such an important part of the equation?
Well, it's about aligning your values with your spending. Supporting causes that are meaningful to you.
It's like putting your money where your heart is.
Exactly. And it doesn't have to be a huge amount. Even small contributions can make a difference.
So find a cause you're passionate about, whether it's local or global.
Right. Maybe it's supporting your local animal shelter or fighting hunger. It's about making a positive impact on the world.
And it can be so rewarding, right?
Absolutely. It brings a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Knowing you're contributing to something bigger than yourself.
Yeah, it's like that feeling of making a difference. It's contagious.
It is, and it can actually inspire others to give back as well.
It's like a ripple effect. So we've covered a lot of ground today. Budgeting, debt, insurance, estate planning, philanthropy. It's clear that financial wholeness is about so much more than just money.
It is. It's about creating a life of purpose, balance, and abundance. A life where you feel secure, empowered, and in control of your financial future.
A life where you can thrive.
Exactly.
And I think that's something we all aspire to. This has been such an insightful conversation. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and insights with us today.
My pleasure. It's been a joy talking about this with you.
And for our listener, I hope you found this deep dive into Get Good with Money helpful and inspiring. Remember, financial wholeness is within your reach. It starts with taking that first step. So what will your first step be? And that first step doesn't have to be huge. It can be as simple as, reading Alicia's book, or creating a budget, or even just having a conversation about money with a friend or family member.
Exactly. It's those small, consistent actions that really add up over time.
It's like that saying, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
I love that.
Alice also talks about the importance of finding a money buddy. Someone to support you on this journey, to hold you accountable and celebrate those wins.
Yeah, having that support system can make all the difference. Someone to share your goals with, bounce ideas off of, someone who gets it.
It's like having a financial cheerleader in your corner.
Exactly.
And it can be fun too, right? Turning those financial goals into a shared journey.
Absolutely. It makes the process less daunting and more enjoyable.
So find your money buddy. Grab a copy of Get Good with Money and start taking those steps towards financial wholeness. Well, that about wraps up our deep dive into Tiffany Alic's incredible book. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling super inspired and ready to take action.
Me too. It's been an amazing conversation.
It's incredible how Alice breaks down these complex financial concepts and makes them so accessible and relatable. She really empowers us to take control of our finances and create a future that aligns with our values.
Absolutely. It's all about that holistic approach, taking care of our financial, emotional, and spiritual well-being.
Financial wholeness, it's not just a concept, it's a lifestyle.
It is. And it's a journey worth taking.
So for our listener, I hope you're feeling empowered and ready to embark on your own journey to financial wholeness. Remember, every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goals. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep celebrating those wins along the way. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, be sure to check out our other episodes. We cover a wide range of personal finance topics and resources to help you achieve financial freedom. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.